Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to this video where today I have a fully restored RX-7, which was in pieces before, but I've recently we restored the whole thing because it gave me something to do, quite honestly, and I got to use the welder. I got to learn how you basically use that. Also, you'll see down here, the wheels are different, but they're all just 17 inches I had in 100% condition, so I used them because the game sees them all as the same thing anyway, so even though only two are original wheels, I don't think it makes a difference. They're also on standard tyres, although cheaper than what it came with stock, it's good enough. We've got a terrible steering wheel in there, and the cheapest seats I could fit because, well, you know, I don't think that affects resale value, quite honestly. And other than that, it's all nicely done. It is what you would expect from an RX-7. I also have a new project car here, and the rest of my garage is empty. I remember having more in here, but hey, things change. The paintwork goes a bit funny up there, but the paintwork, as well, I got to test that. It doesn't change the value at all. But I did leave it here. I didn't just sell it on because partly I wanted to show off my work, and partially I just wanted to go and give it a bit of a drive. We also have the Chevrolet Nomad. It's actually showing as drivable, so I have to drive out. No oil in the engine. Okay, I forgot that stupidly. How much value does this give me, though? If I find the right menu, there we go. Took less long than it could have. Wow, 100,000 almost. That is pretty valuable considering it was worth, what, 90,000 before. We've just unlocked free money, essentially. And let's hope I've got the oil right. There should be the measure of doodad here. It is nowhere near full. But I hope it's enough to get it going, because I think I'll save a bit of money if it is enough. Come on, abandoned airport. Mazda RX-7. It is enough! We can get going even though there's not much oil at all in this thing. And here we are at the track. Just look at that steering wheel. It's pretty horrific, but it was the cheapest in the shop, so that's why I've got it. Got quite a buzzing rotary sound here. This was the, I think, day one DLC for the game. Or if not day one, very similar to that. And I've not used it much. First time I've built an RX-7 in this game, actually. Yeah, besides the average customers' cars and things. But it does have Steam Workshop now, so before I messed up the mods completely, I've not done that here. And it does not feel good at all, which it feels like it's measuring the weight of the different wheels. I'm trying to find the key now to change the view. See, I just use a keyboard. So, can we look back? I don't know. I don't see a button to do it. I think it's just a different weight of the wheels. I mean, maybe they are different widths, even if they are stretched differently. Although I don't think they are. But it feels very wobbly. I don't know why. It just does. Perhaps it's that it's not on sport tyres and it really should be. Either way, I think we can go back to the garage now and sell this thing on. As I was going to say, we have this aerial Nomad, not aerial Nomad, Chevrolet Nomad to work on. Two completely different vehicles there. And you'll see it's in a bit of a state right now. I couldn't take it around the circuit, or test course, or whatever it's called. I forget the name right now. As I wanted to, because the car's missing pieces under the engine, as you saw. Oh, I'm not on the right menu, am I? I need to be actually on the welder. So remove equipment to car lifter B. You'll see where we have our Chevrolet Nomad. I should hopefully be able to do some welding work, which will fix up the chassis. So use equipment. $1,000 is actually ridiculously cheap for something that recovers the entire car. Or does it? I'm sure before I don't know, is the paint in a state? Because I used it before and it was clean and lovely on something and everything. Just try moving some body panels. It's ridiculously easy to get to that engine though. Once you remove these panels, there's just nothing here. Isn't there a subframe or something? Okay, I can see why the front looked so dirty. Yeah, look at the chassis there. Or I think that's part of a chassis. I think it's part of a ladder frame. And then there's a subframe within that. I think that's what's looking good on it. Wow. Yeah, I think pretty much everything is a body panel on this. That's why it looks so wrecked. Even though it is a very odd vehicle, though, in how it's been gone about. So, you should be able to bring the tablet up. I have an SSD in my PC now. So, should make things easier. And go to body spot. Come on. No. Can we search Nomad? No R in that, so it won't mess up my recording. But it's lagging because there's so many parts. Basically, I'm going to buy all of the Nomad stuff. I probably won't use it all, but I've got over 600,000 credits, so I've got enough money to buy it without worrying. I just bought some part down there. Front end. I don't think I had that before. Did I have that? I don't know. I think I'm rebuying some of these parts, but I can probably sell them at the exact same cost I bought them, so no real issue there. Ooh, we have different bonnets. I don't think I want the B spec, but I'll give it a look. Yeah. I don't think I can get crazy power out of this, so it's going to be pretty pointless putting performance bodywork on it. I believe this is the state similar to the Bel Air in Forza. I believe it's a similar type of vehicle to that. I wonder if we got the chopped body or something. It didn't look particularly chopped to me, but if it is, you know. I don't get why they went about it in the way they did with the body panels. It's so weird. But there we go. We've got 100% on all the bits we want. So we have various specs here. I'll go with a stock spec. I honestly think it's the nicest of them all. And 100% there. It's not got any paint on it. Now, I'll likely keep this car to myself, and I probably will paint it and everything because I like these old American cars. So, you know, I probably won't be selling a whole lot of them. I'll sell things like the RX-7 though, and I need to go on. No, I need to go on assemble mode. Can I get off this menu? Yes, I can. No, wrong menus. Yeah, I ducked. I've worked out how to duck. It's been a while since I've played this game. The chrome is already looking beautiful though, even with the matte black paint kind of. You know, how should I say it? Dulling the entire car up. But then the contrast sometimes does beautiful things to it. Let's see what this is. What's the difference between this and this? There's two different specs of door by the looks of it, of which both I have. But I don't understand how they're different specs of door. Stock. It says stock there, so I personally would go on the stock specification for this. Try and build it stock. Yep, so it says stock there. That's the one I want. Presumably there's stock and then there's like a chopped up sport thingy. Because some of them say chopped and whatever. Some of them say stock. We have various bits. Stock body. There we go, that's added the entire roof. Yeah, it just... The way they've gone about it confuses me. Go with the stock. Chopped seems to be a different colour. This may have had the chopped bits from standard, odd as it sounds. And we want stock there. Rear bumper. I'll probably make sure in the front now I'm putting all the stock bits on as well. Probably go around back there soon. Nothing I can do there. Like, this is a rear right door though. It's not rear left or anything. And then this is left body window. Maybe it's what they have to do to get what they want with the chopped parts, but it still strikes me as very, very odd. Right, tail light. There we go. Tail light there. And it looks, I think, quite nice already. Although the wheels are very old. Should be able to open that. And the engine is only an inline 6 in this. You can see it works. As of yet, there's nothing particularly terribly wrong with it. There's probably going to be some bits missing though. So if we go to assemble mode, yeah, we see front end there. That was missing from standard. We've got that in. That adds quite a bit of I wouldn't say texture, but it adds quite a bit of depth to the car. Really completes it. The phone's going off in the background. The game phone, that is. Should I put some crazy sport wheels on this? Probably not, unless I find some really cheap or whatever. And I do want to just sell this thing and move it on. We have the engine. Now, what I'm going to do for the time being, I think I'm just going to complete the interior. And I'll do that. Wait, has it got a dashboard? Oh dear. I don't even know where I'm going anymore on here. Yeah, it has. When I added front end, it added the dashboard. Okay, that's something. So we need to move car to a garage entrance where we can look around it more thoroughly. We'll find we haven't got any front seats, but we do have a steering wheel, which is useful, so I end up putting the right one and not the wrong one or anything like that. Steering wheel. I think I need to go on interior mode. I think we need to go on normal mode then. Interior deassemble. Now, we'll have to remember that is steering wheel cape. So go to the tablet. Go to the tablet. Come on. I know you're an old keyboard, but that's no excuse. And when I say old keyboard, I mean old keyboard. No. Still not like. Still not coming up with the right thing. That's my fault though. Cape. Yeah, this is what I'm using now to type on is my idea of a mechanical keyboard. It's from about 1998 or something around there. So yeah. Are we? Come on. I'm trying to work these menus out. Do I need to go to interior deassemble and then interior assemble? There we go. I think that's all I need to do there. Does it say hashtag bench front? It actually has a hashtag on it though. So it looks like we've got the cape seats front and rear. Yeah, and I need to move away to open the tablet. Yep, so we need another one of them. And another one of them. Lovely. Bench seats. Should look very nice. Yeah, trying to decide between, say, neat and nice, as it is. I already had a 100% front. I don't know. Does it have 2 front seats or something? That's very odd. I don't think it does, no. So, there is our beautiful, beautiful Chevrolet Nomad. Not much has been done, but it is already beautiful. And I've kind of got away from the confusing bodywork situation. I think what we'll do is, though, I'll go to, well, we'll go to the junkyard and choose another car because I've easily got enough space to work with multiple cars here. This is going to go to the paint shop. Yes, I know the wheels are still a bit rusty and messy, but I can deal with that. It's not the end of the world. Come on. Close that behind me. And should be able to paint the car. What colours do we have though? I'm not sure if this is a standard colour of the car. Probably not. Could we darken it just a little? Hue, let's see. Oh, we can make it pink. To be honest, that brownie colour, if I can get the right kind of brown, it could actually look really nice. Like, not really poo brown, but yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Kind of a vintage brown colour. Apparently it costs nothing for me to paint it. And if we press escape, it'll take us back. Look at that. It's not coming together half bad, actually. Kind of more glossy than I would have hoped it would come out, but maybe that's just the paint shop playing with my mind. Yeah, there we go. Still, it is too glossy, even in this lighting, but, you know, I still think we could hopefully go to the junkyard and choose something else. Like a second project to work on, maybe when we've finished off this completely. And you can see here though, all I've done is I've changed the bodywork. It's cost me a fair pretty penny, as you say, but it's still only the bodywork and the paint, and it's added so much to just how the car looks. Shame it won't drive right now, but anyway, without further ado, to the junkyard! Okay, so here we have our Chevrolet Nomad, somewhat cosmetically restored, and then we have the Land Rover, where it is a new vehicle to the garage, and as you'll see, it's not perfect. Where is the welder? Welder is here. Very convenient, actually. Car lifters C, I think we want, and we can fix this up. Hopefully this would be a more standard way of doing things. It looks that way at least. So use equipment, yes. And as you may have mentioned, may have noticed or may not have, I also bought the forklift. Yes, you can sit in this and you can drive it. I didn't notice it at first. It only cost me 5,000 credits from a junkyard, so it's pretty cheap, but it needs a lot. Like, the engine would normally sit on here, but the engine isn't sat on there, so that'll need doing, as well as the welder and everything. But I feel while we're on the subject of the welder, we can actually move this to the car lifter B and sort out that job there. Oddly, this seems to be a silver Defender from the factory, which is a very odd colour to get your, well, Defender in. No, I don't want to use it again. That'll just throw money away since I've just done it. Car lifter B, and we can hopefully weld in peace. Yeah, it's much less of a good deal on the forklift, where you actually have to pay a fifth of the vehicle's price. I think even a little more to actually do it. And are those wheels not rusted? And why am I using my keyboard? I don't know. But are those wheels not rusted? There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, amazingly, they're not entirely rusted. It's just one rogue wheel we've got. And I'm hanging around the welder. Hey, you can move back to where... No! Move back to where you belong, indeed. We could hopefully lift it up. I wonder how it'll lift up, since it is a very odd vehicle. It floats! Never did I think I would see the day. But anyway, I did see the day. It has two different size wheels, though, on this car, which is interesting. I wonder if you can fix the wheels, or if I could fix the wheels, probably, is the better question. you won't do much for me if you're just sat at home fixing wheels. Won't do much for my game progression on this PC. Unless you come and personally give me the save files. I know they're too wrecked to do anything with, even though they didn't look that rusty. Now, here we have the V8 Defender, because that's the only model available in America, I believe. If we go to a assemble mode, though, I have actually bought a few bits. So, you'll see, I don't have any pistons. I think I have different pistons, or I just couldn't save them, but I did get some from the junkyard. It's not different for this side, is it? I don't think they are. No. Although, there is something else missing here, underneath, which I think I have. Not rod cap. It is... Although there is a rod cap missing, okay. There's a lot missing from this engine. Also, I did look, though. I looked at the junkyard for V8 and inline 6 parts, because I knew they would be what I needed. Now, if we look at this, this is kind of a last-minute purchase decision, so... It says, at least, with Jeep inline 4. I would assume that would mean it's got an inline 4 engine. Although, you can never be sure with these mods. Now, what do we have? Do we have the pistons that this can use? No. I definitely bought pistons. I don't know why they're not showing up. But anyway, we can go to a main shop and put... pistons. Ah, there's overhead valve C. I think I must have bought some kind of overhead valve units. Well, I'll probably need 6 of these, but the more saved, the better. I'm going to completely strip this engine out as best as I can for all the bits. And if I need something along the way, I'll just buy it. I didn't see what condition that was in. I do apologise for my ignorance. We can raise this up and get to the underside of it. It shouldn't have any oil in it. Probably hasn't even got an oil pan, let's be entirely honest here. I've just thought you could fit another row of seats there. It could be incredibly practical. We have all this front suspension cross member. Yeah, no oil pan. So if we just get to this area. Is there anything that needs undoing here, or have we missed it all out? I do have a... I think rod cap, unless I'm confusing my terms completely, which I probably am. So, what do we have? Something wants taken off, something's not happy when I try and move the piston out. I don't know. Try lowering this again. All the chrome. Chromity chrome, chrome. Ah, am I in remove mode? Yes, I am. Ugh, go off. Go off menu. There. There we go. I think I might have been failing to catch them or something. That piston is still showing red though, as if it doesn't want to be caught. Meaning there must be an odd rod cap or whatever it is. Piston cap, whatever you call them these days. There must be one of those hiding somewhere. Like, I think I can see it. No, it's not attached to anything. So why in the world won't it come free? If that's the case. Now, move this. Try moving this round. I don't think that's going to help. Move to the engine block. I just briefly had it. There we go. Can't move the engine block yet, though. Now, we have got the transmission. Should be an easy job on an old American thing, because they are extremely simple to work on. And should just remove a drive shaft, remove the transmission and all the associated bits, and be done with it. Come on. There we go. Come on. Weird Xbox controller mouse cursor thingy me bob. And on the front, it looks like there's a fifth screw somewhere halfway into the engine, but that is not the case. Not engine, radiator, actually. Just looked like an engine, because transverse engines look like that. Come on. Try and move this into a correct position. That's always a challenge when I'm playing like this. And out you come. Out you come. Release bearing. I think if we get the clutch pressure plate as well, that's another thing that needs to come out. And there you go. But they appear to be in decent condition. I could be wrong there, but spinny camera and oh, well, we can repair 2 of them. That is definitely something. We improved the drive shaft. I've probably already got a part of the one I repaired, though the ones I repaired already had bits of likely. That's how it normally works for me. Can we remove the camshaft? No. Now, how does this say? Doesn't say what's blocking it specifically. Oh, there it is. It's on this side. Always good to look around the engine, just get a final check of what might be blocking it. That's accessible from the engine bay, so it has to go in all kinds of directions. All I'm trying to do is get the engine out, really. Or not specifically get it out, but you know, actually, I think if we get the engine crane, that should make this a whole deal easier. So move the equipment to car lifter A. We can install. We need to unmount the camshaft. It's probably more awkward than it's worth, to be entirely honest. The camshaft is really buried in this engine. So if we remove the timing chain. To remove the camshaft, I'm sure we have to remove the cam gear. And then, yeah, by that point the engine is almost entirely disassembled anyway. We've got to remove the crankshaft as well. Mustn't forget that. Lower it again. Must be a heavy old car, I'm just thinking now. There we go. The engine block, let's hope we can repair this. A few we can. And the camshaft. If we couldn't repair the engine block though, that would potentially be quite a big amount of money we would be losing. And that's not what we would want. Part mount, engine block, inline 6. Look how lovely and shiny it is. It's unrecognisable from the previous engine block. So we need an ignition coil. Nope. Move. Ignition distributor. We need an oil filter and a fuel filter. Do we have any oil filters? No, we don't. It didn't come with a lot. Filter. Come on. Oil filter inline 6. I'm assuming. I didn't pay that much attention, but it must be an inline 6. And we need to lift the car up, naturally. The car is doing a lot of push-ups today, or the lift is at least. Right. Assemble mode. Hooray, assemble mode. There we go. Lovely. And I think we need to disassemble the suspension soon. So we need to add the crankshaft as well. Inline 6B. There we go. And in it should pop once I find the location. Oh, did I restore that then? Or did I just... I think I must have just found one for this engine and I didn't use it. How disappointing. Time to disassemble the wheels, though. Are these ultra basic wheels or something? I don't think they are. I think they just have the covers as part of the wheels. Right, so we've got... It looks like we're going to need 2 brake pads. Because the wheels will presumably be drum brakes. So we'll need 2 brake pads because you can't restore those from a junkyard. So even on the off chance I found them... Well, you can't restore them off of cars either. So even on the off chance I found some that was semi-good, I wouldn't be able to use them. So... just remove all of this stuff. Come on. Unscrew everything. This sway bar end link doesn't look too bad, but I said that about the wheels on the forklift thingy and see what they came out like. Which actually reminds me, I do have a whole bunch of 16-inch wheels I managed to get. Some of them might be completely destroyed in my attempts to... Or it might have been completely destroyed in my attempts to restore them, but I do have some wheels available to me. Remove the inner tie rod. Should be able to remove that, no? There's a lot to remove here, and I'm probably going to need a huge amount of rubber dampers, but... rubber bushings even, but... after that's done... I should be getting to a completed vehicle. Right, now... if we can find some 16-inch tyres, just standard ones... hopefully... I can kind of work on the forklift. I pressed escape and it went off the actual shop instead of doing what I would have liked it to do. Now, what are the cheapest ones I can get? I'm feeling like cheaping out at the moment. Yes, vintage tyres, they are cheap. So I'll just get a pair of these. $68 each. Doesn't sound too bad, and I've clicked buy somehow instead of changing the number I bought. Oh well. Let's see if we have anything. Yeah, we have a bunch of wheels and can hopefully move this. Yes, indeed we can. Win Retro 1. There we go. Just what you need on your forklift. Kind of more racified wheels. I'm going to just cover up the horrible brakes as well. That thing doesn't even have an engine, let's be honest. It's not going to move anytime soon. These wheels actually kind of go together. Not that well, but they do appear to be similar designs at least. Try and take these. Put them on. You need balancing. You will be balanced. Yes, I have a lot of 16s as well. That's why I'm using 16s. Even though technically I probably didn't come with 16s. They are probably the most reasonable size that I have a lot of. About easy to find. Wow, that looks ridiculous. Just really ridiculous. But anyway, it's you know, it's progress. Even looking a bit weird. And like it's not supposed to look, it has got the right kind of quality to them. And it at least hides the horrible condition brakes. There we go. RF Goodwind. You made my new tyres for me scrappy old wheels. I'll probably sell this, to be honest, once I've got it working and fixed up. I wonder how much it's worth now, though. I've only changed the wheels and restored the body, and it's worth something. It's probably worth the amount of money I've put in, to be entirely honest. So it looks like I'm not going to make a loss on it, even worse comes to worse. And car flipper beta, or whatever you call it. Anyway, I do need to hopefully sort these old bushings out. We didn't have to drive it on these, thankfully. They are not in a good state. Don't worry, they can go on to car part heaven, which is totally real. Heaven for parts of cars, but not whole cars. Whole cars aren't allowed into car part heaven. And can we save one of these wheels, I wonder? Actually, if I separate them, I wonder what size they are, because if they're 16s, I can easily get another set of 16s. They are 195 15-inch wheels. Still fairly easy to find, I think. Not a really obscure wheel size, and 16s could still work. I may even be able to recover the wheels, so I don't know for certain, but I can hope. Oh. I'll try and rescue these parts. The wheels don't appear repairable, at least not by that one. That one was not repairable. I need to buy my brake pads if I haven't already. I've probably bought brake pads, but I'm going to go and buy some now. Just in case I got distracted. Pad. Actually, I'll buy a couple more. I'm pretty sure the Defender will use 2 or 4 of those. I'm not sure which number, but, you know, I'll probably be safer than sorry buying them. And they're used all the time anyway when I do anyone else's car. Brake pads. Brake discs ventilated. If I can save that, that'll save a bit of money. Looks like I should be able to save the brake disc ventilated because it seemed quite good. Although why a 50s car would have a ventilated brake disc, I don't know. Even high-end stuff back then would have only had disc brakes. So, indeed, it seems a little strange to me. The disc brakes would have become a bit more attainable in the 1960s, but nonetheless, you're looking at quite expensive technology for a standard American car of the era. I mean, it's not a Cadillac. Maybe you'd get vented discs on one of them, but you wouldn't get vented discs on your standard Chevrolet. Or so I wouldn't think. Maybe America really was that rich back in the 50s. Remove that. It seemed to have picked up quite a few nicer conditioned parts here. There is a radiator in the front. If it's a spec, I'm hoping I have actually collected one of them. I collected some other radiators, so, you know, if I have that specific spec, I might have a restored one already, ready to use. Suspension cross members are quite expensive, so it's good that that is quite high condition. And there we go. It might not look like something now, but believe me, there is a lot less crust and rust under there, which is always something. Try and restore all this. Yes, cross member went through very neatly. I think I'll get one side out of this now. I think I'll get at least one side of suspension. Also, if I could do the underside of the engine, which I don't think I can actually, because there's a lot more parts. And that is why you don't press R when you're in the store. Thankfully, I realised early enough, but we need to buy loads of wad caps. How many is the most we can buy? Oh, it won't let me go back. I think I'll buy about 20. Yeah, 22. Close enough. As it gives me a good shopping list. Yeah, imagine that. You're going to a parts store and all you buy is wad caps. You just buy a big trolley full of them. Special offer. Buy one cap and you can buy another wad cap. Just as they say on my summer car. Oh dear. That's not quite going to plan. Trying to find the spot. Just look at how shiny this is though. Like, it just wasn't this shiny very, very recently, but suddenly it is. Who would have thought? Should I go drive it with a rear suspension, as ancient and decrepit as it is? Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't want to mess with that exhaust section right now. And there we are. So, bearing cap. We have a good bearing cap. I think that's the one I saved from the junkyard. And then we can probably buy more. Sorry, my mind is really gone today. I need to buy some more bearing caps. Or is it bearing? Yes, it is. Trying to work out what's going on. Aren't we all? Yeah, bearing caps are really cheap. Yeah, I'd like to buy 50 bearing caps and 12 rod caps for reasons that are not really of importance to you. So, crankshaft bearing cap. All these bits just pop right into the car. So clean though, and fresh in a way I can't describe it. It's making me feel good and all happy about my car finally getting together, because I had it sitting for a while and just all a big crusty mess. So we need to buy a pan now, which thankfully doesn't have the R key in it. And there we go. No, actually hit the screw. There we go. I hit my screws with a hammer, okay? If that's not good enough, then I don't know what is. Just has 4 screws. I'd think they'd want a bit more to hold something so important in place, but you know, maybe not everyone thinks that way. It actually looks really neat, I think, in blue. We have arm B. I don't think we have that. There's a few bits around here that we don't have. I think I have an ignition distributor. One of the few bits I actually have, and it's such a precise bit. We don't have a flywheel. So, a good thing to do here, if you have an old gearbox on this game, is just to go gearbox, get a whole bunch of this stuff. Because, no, don't want to buy that. Don't want to spend like $1,500 on a transmission. And yes, I just bought a yes, I can't seem to control my clicking, but you get the idea. It's a good idea to just buy a bunch of transmission parts, as it's a huge amount more convenient. I have 3 of those. I know. But then you know, I'll probably end up using them on someone's car sooner or later when they have a clutch problem. If that was even a clutch, I don't know. What am I even going through? Clutch pressure plate. I think it was a clutch. And we have not repaired our gearbox. That is shameful. But it's something we'll have to put up with, I guess. Suspension cross member. Now the engine's complete. Oh, goes right through the oil pan. Oh dear. I can't imagine that being a particularly easy car to put together. All of the rubber bushings. Bush. Buy a whole bunch of rubber bushings. You can never have enough rubber bushings. Yeah, this will probably make my PC lag, but for the sake of not running out of rubber bushings, I may be going a bit crazy. It's still not that expensive, even when I'm buying that many. Oh, rubber bushings are just so cheap. Yes. In you go. Rubber bushings, rubber bushings. Sway bar is not good. Steering rack, I have a good one, so that's fine. We need front sway bar B. Okay. There we go. Car be swaying no more. I wonder if I sold that RX-7 without a sway bar or something, because it was handling a bit funny, so that would kind of explain the swaying. Oh well, it's not my worry anymore, it's sold, and what can I say? It's not my problem. I say, yeah, my build quality, someone's wheel will probably fall off halfway through the road, and then, you know, it'll be too late, because we don't offer any kind of warranty. As long as it's cheap, they don't care. Okay, so, I say cheap, it was almost 100,000 dollar thingies. We need our inner and outer tie woods, I think. So, tie, no. I'm buying so many of them now, just rage buying tie rods. The good thing is though, the defender could benefit again from just having excess of these parts. And indeed, you know, tie wood. We have these little steering knuckles. One of them's okay. Two of them are okay even. If that's for the same, if that's for different wheels, that is. A lot of bits have survived by the looks of it. I'm impressed. Come on, close in on my tightening bits. Yeah, that's technical terms for me, okay? We have upper suspension arm. Indeed, again, in good condition. So far, so good. Nothing has been a complete wreck coming out onto this suspension. And front axle knuckle cover. We've only got one of those. No, so... Okay. Okay, so... That's not as long a list as I like. I like short lists. And... Where was the other bit I needed? Very obscure. I have got front in, haven't I? Ah. I remembered something. I remembered not to type an R. But that is not what I'm looking for. Hub, okay. Just... Hub doesn't have an R in. I can remember that much. There we go. And... on you attach. Should be something else sneaking into there. Oh dear. We don't have that. All the phones are going off in me shop trying to tell me to do your jobs. We don't have any brake discs. Not ventilated ones at least. In good condition. So, disc. No? Okay. That'll work. A ventilated brake disc. We have brake pads. We have the calipers, yeah. 3 calipers. An odd choice, but you know. An odd thing to have 3 of them when I don't need 3. Maybe I saved one from a junkyard. We have an old wheel and tyre combo. I think they're cape wheels. But what I'll end up using eventually, who knows, because I have no idea. I probably won't be using all stock wheels. I'll probably stick something custom on actually. I have the money, so, you know. A project I started ages ago, actually, when I had the game fairly recently. I have still got that. And it's still kind of on awkward wheels. So I'll have to make what I can of it. Actually, how much power does the engine output? Does it say somewhere? It's got 164 horsepower, so I don't think grip is going to be our concern. It's just I don't think there's even a point in going with crazy high-end tyres. Could go with sport tyres, I guess, but what's the point? This is not a sports car, so it doesn't make much sense. I could go with our vintage tyres. White walls work well, though, for this type of vehicle. But I don't know if I'm going for a smaller sidewall. That's the question. We don't want slick tyres. That's a bit too far. To be honest, I think if I go with standard tyres... No, well that's not what I was trying to buy. I'll buy myself... No! I don't know, I'll probably use those later anyway. Just trying to configure this with a controller is so odd. Profile, what's the lowest profile we can get? Right, I don't know how these are going to work, so I'll just have to get a 21 and see if it looks okay. I have my kind of test wheel set up here, so that's something. Can I put my sway bar front link A on? No. I need to buy another sway bar. I'm scared of even saying R now, just the mention of it will ruin my recording. Sway bar. End link. I think it's time to... Oh. Wrong part! Oh dear. I think it's time to take the springs apart and see... Or at least take one of the springs apart and see if I can save anything. Because if I can't save anything from that... I don't know. Can I save the car? Spring puller. Ooh, the double wishbone, interesting. Or the better for it, I say. So, I can install some 21s if I even have any. Ah, right, I didn't bother with anything above 20s. I don't know. I don't know how it would fit. I think 20 sounds reasonable enough. Oh dear. It's not going on Body Shop. There we go. We're on Body Shop. We're off Body Shop. Standard tyre. So, I wonder if sport's wider. Wait a minute. 19s add width. Beyond that doesn't. I shouldn't be too concerned about the width because, as I say, it's not a sports car. It's not got a sporting power output at all. But I kind of am. Because I'm weird like that. Right, do I have a 19-inch wheel I can play around with? Just to see how things look. I have a 20. I have an 18. I have a 16, but it looks like I don't have a 19. I'll have to buy one. And I really hope this looks good, because if it doesn't, then I will be a little upset. To say the least. No. No more tyres. Avalanche. What could suit this car in terms of custom wheels? It's hard to think, really. You know what? I'm just going to stick avalanches on it. They look okay. Probably extremely pricey. But the price you pay for style, I guess. I don't know, I'm putting them on regular tyres, although I probably shouldn't be doing that. Because they are kind of special wheels. For sportiness, but then I'm putting them on regular tyres. I don't know, they're actually kind of a Land Rover Evoque style thing, so that's something. Right, so then we can take our tyre and balance it. So far, so good. I like the look of it as a wheel. Really? Spring had nothing to salvage? Oh dear. Nothing to salvage again. This is not working out in my favour. So we can take this, we can go to the store. The other store, not the Whim store. Suspension, double wishbone shock absorber. Should be able to get a spring as well. Knuckle E-wing, I've not seen that before. I think that's everything we need to make a spring. Oh no, maybe not, I don't know. I don't think I have everything. And so what do I need? I need a front shock absorber cap, which I can actually get. If I just work out where they are. There we go. It's right there next to a spring. Just see how this goes together. Should look okay. Stretch it out. And while that's stretching it out, we can presumably stick our new wheel on here. Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to like this. The profile is quite low. It kind of works in a weird way, but at the same time, terribly so. I wonder if I put this on, if it'll change the alignment of the suspension, because it does look very low at the moment. It looks like it's been lowered even. I'm not sure if it's just the fact that it's a different, larger wheel or something. Stick this shock absorber in. There we go. I think for now, I've done about what I can do. And I'm going to leave it here for today. Still a lot of work to be done, but I think I've gone on for quite a while. So I'm going to leave it here with our beautifully restored, as of yet, not Shelby Cobra, Chevrolet, whatever it's called, I forget the name. And I'll say goodbye until another day.